please let me know if you can hear me or not. Got this microphone hooked up, and yeah, I feel like we're going to have some fun today. My name's Fola, by the way. Oh, hi, Roger, Washington. Nice to see you on here. Love and light, yes. So yeah, if you're new here, welcome. Really great to have you join us. We're going to kind of pull some cards today. Those of you coming back who are familiar kind of with the process, well, hello again. Thanks for your continued support. I've been going through this like major shift. I've been like kind of talking about it. I know many of you have as well. From conversations that I have with some of you, like one-on-one, and just recognizing the direction the collective is kind of going in. Our world going in. So we're going to kind of play it by ear today. I really was feeling called to explore these money blocks, these kind of energetic patterns that we hold as humans. So we're going to do a collective reading on that to kind of start us off in a bit of an energetic process, possibly. And then there'll be time for like private readings. So if you would like, well, not private because it's going to be on here, but if you'd like your own personalized reading, a card or two or three, depending on how many you want to follow out, you can let me know in the comments. And I think I do my best to get to everyone. So we'll see what happens. As you know, members of the channel kind of get first priority for those readings. So if you are a member, or if there's like kind of me jumping over through names, that's partly why. But I feel like, yeah, we get to mostly everyone. So let's tune in collectively. What is this money block? What is this energy? So I just invite you wherever you are, if you can, maybe having eyes closed for a moment. We're just going to take a few deep breaths here together. So beginning on empty lungs, inhaling deeply into the lungs, filling the belly, and letting it go. And completely exhaling all energy or in that inhale. And then inhaling again. And exhaling out, squeezing the belly. And last time, inhaling deeply. Maybe filling just a little bit more and holding at the top for a brief moment, and then letting it out. And letting your breath come to a normal pace, rhythm. Just noticing whatever breath pattern is showing up for you here today. And I'm going to invite each of us to tap into that sacral chakra. So the orange chakra that sits just beneath the belly button. And this is like our place of self-worth. It's our creative space. In my mind, it's also the intuitive place, the womb space, that center of gravity. And as you tap into that, just noticing that maybe there's like a ball of orange light here, however bright, however dim it might be. And for each of you watching, there's a collective energy here for each of us because, we are mirrors of each other. So whatever is said, there may be aspects of this reading that resonate or don't resonate. That's okay. It's like a collective energy that's going to help all of us with clearing the money blocks, clearing those aspects of our finances, of our willingness to receive or not receive, our willingness to give and share. Sometimes people want to just hold and can constrict so much that they stop the flow of that water, the currency of money. So whatever it is for you, just trusting this process that you're here for a reason. And maybe you'll get some clarity if you so choose to have a kind of like individual reading here today too. So we just call to those ancestors, those guides, those beings of light. Thank you, angels, for supporting and opening up whatever messages want to come through for us around clearing these money blocks. So you can come back, opening eyes. We're going to do the collective reading here. Hi, Hamad Hussein. Yeah, this is going to start with a collective reading, and then I'll get into personal readings. So if you'd like one, you can let me know. We might even pull open and do some bibliomancy. We'll see. I brought a book just in case. So if you'd like your cards read, let me know. Okay. Hi, Slayer Weapon. A naked spirit. Ooh. Okay, so first off, we have the Nine of Swords. Okay. I'm going to go like this. Then we have Temperance. So we have this energy here that, like again, this grieving energy seems to keep showing up in a lot of readings that I've been like kind of taking part in or witness to. And here, this like kind of continual energy of the thoughts that seem to perpetuate the challenges that maybe you're experiencing financially. Okay. Got a few different cards coming out here. I'm going to take those two on top so we can get a kind of read of the four. So this energy of this sort of like, I don't know, I wanted to say the weeping willow, you think about a weeping willow, the tree, and how it's got this energy. It's like so grand and beautiful. And yet it has also in its appearance, because of the like droopingness of its leaves or its branches, it kind of carries this like Eeyore kind of feel to it. I would say weeping willows are like one of the most beautiful trees, in my opinion. But it's like this energy of both, okay? Everything is existing within this individual. I mean, if we look at them, they're sleeping on a bed. They are covered in this beautiful blanket with roses, like a quilted blanket. They have a pillow. It looks quite comfortable. And at the frame of the bed, it's not the traditional like yellow that you see in cards. It's like more like an orangey, bronzy kind of color, which denotes to me the sense of sleeping on some form of abundance. Like this person's got it, right? And yet this grieving and this sorrow, this weepy kind of energy or thought pattern, because that's what the swords are, it's air, it's thoughts, it seems to kind of be dominating, perpetuating the person's mind, and it has them up at night instead of enjoying the sweet comfort of their bed. So there's something here, I think, with our money blocks for the collective that we are, perhaps some of you may be like kind of hyper-focused on the lack, hyper-focused on the things that aren't working for you when, right off the bat. I can't speak for everyone. I don't know what your life situation is. But if you're here watching from a phone or having access to technology in some capacity, I think things might be a little better than you might think, okay? Again, I don't know your situation, so I can't say. Hi, Jay. Yeah, for sure, we can pull cards for you. Okay, I'm just going to write your name down here. Or your letter down. Okay. Next, we have the Temperance. So like what I'm seeing with this is this tempering of the perception of like this good and not so great situation that maybe you're experiencing with the financial stuff. This is like the alchemical process that is taking part. You are balancing between these two cups of like cup half full, cup half empty, okay? And you are being kind of like guided by spirit. I think that's why there's this angel here to figure out the perfect temperature, the perfect mix of both recognizing like the challenges, recognizing the sorrow or the things that maybe haven't worked out, and then the things that have worked out, and coming to a solution, okay? Like a rational, logical, I guess I could say, or practical solution. And I want to give an example, like for myself, I had my business And I've kind of gone through this change. Things were working really well within the business. Like I had people coming for sessions, doing all this stuff. I was able to like live off the work that I was doing. Yay, that's great in my opinion. But it wasn't like hitting the level that I kind of initially had hoped that it would. And things started to kind of like peter off. And now, in retrospect, I can see why that was happening. And this may resonate for some of you. And this is kind of the hope of the direction I'm thinking this channel is going to go into is like, how do we follow our true will, our dreams, the things we want to do, and bring them into fruition, into this world, and acknowledge where we need to where we can work on making things better, in our internal world, which then mirrors out into the external world. But also, what are the practical ways you do that? Whether it's magic, it's getting inspirational messages and intuitive messages from card readings or whatever other things, the healing practices and processes that I often share here. And also, what are like actual steps, rational, logical things that can help with, say, taking the next steps, depending on what it is you want to do, whether it's starting a business, maybe you want to get into coaching people or doing Reiki healing and sharing your gifts, your psychic gifts. Like all these things require you to tap into your intuition and your abilities or, those skills that you hold. And there's also a logical, rational sense where I find myself right now is learning how to navigate, say, marketing, really like showing up in a committed way. And all these sort of like more, what would I say, like left brain hemisphere analytical patterns. There's something here that we are learning all to temper, balance, and integrate together so we can really step into our power. Okay. So that's just the example, because what happens then, as we'll see in the next two cards, you guys, like seriously, to me, that's cool. We have the Ace of Swords. So here, what's happening now collectively with that kind of hyper focus on the negative, the maybe overindulging in the grief, sorrow periods of life, which we have to go through anyway, but we don't have to get stuck in it or turn to negative coping patterns, harmful coping patterns like using substances or overindulging in social media to numb out, things like that. Now we become like the king of our thoughts or the queen of our thoughts. We become that has this sense of empowerment in controlling how we're thinking, how our thoughts are actually generating the life that we want. Okay, so this is something that you are tapping into, plus, what else would we want? Like, what else would you want when you clear those blocks to receiving money, to receiving abundance, to receiving your wildest dreams and desires, manifesting them into actual physical form? We have the 10 of discs. So I love this. You see the 10 discs in that beautiful tree of life form. You are the embodiment of both this like good versus bad, left, right pillar. You've alchemized the things that need to alchemize, the thought patterns, and you manifest, okay? And you have this wisdom behind you, and you have this you can see all the different beings on the card, okay? So there's something here. Ooh, oh, someone's walking around, that's why. Okay. Hi, Laura. I want to kiss some people online told me to. I went to KMS. I don't know what that means, Laura, but I'm sorry you're having panic attacks. If you'd like a card pulled, you can see maybe what support can come for you. You can let me know. Hi, Golden Lily. Yeah. Nice to see you again. Okay. So this is a bit, let's just see what's at the bottom of this. Okay. So the Judgment card is at the bottom of the deck. And that's just kind of like, again, with this nine of Swords energy and like maybe where you've been, we need to relinquish this Judgment energy. And, ooh, okay, now I see why. Thing that showed up for me, I've been reading this book this past week, and a huge thing, and this might resonate for some of you, it might not, is the judgments that we hold towards people. I personally can see how judgment, even though I like to think I'm very accepting and open, I'm noticing that this energy of judgment has been showing up so profoundly. I think it's partly tied because that's how a lot of like my family operated for so long. And so it became like this like, I want to say first nature to just have judgments. And as humans, we judge. It kind of has been a way we've like stayed alive, stayed safe. So again, you see how this aspect or behavior can have both a positive and a negative, right? But it's like not allowing the judgment to be in the shadow. We use that to bring it to light and to use judgment in a way that's safe and healthy, not judging people where, then we limit the growth of our business because we only want to work with certain types of people, right? Or people come into your store or whatever you do. Maybe, you have a private practice and people are showing up asking for help, but you're like, I don't really like how they were dressed or whatever. Okay, this book I was reading is talking specifically about being aware of the judgments. The first thing they go into around starting to expand your life, your business, so that you can like receive. And it's this energy of judgment that can hold us back. So I think what we'll do is we're going to say one of the statements. This is involved in kind of like, we call it a clearing statement, in access consciousness, which I kind of dabble in this area, and I'm not like a facilitator or anything. I run people's access bars, but like that's it in terms of like bodywork process. So in access, we have questions, we ask questions, and then we let the energy arise so that we can clear it with what we call the clearing statement. And the clearing statement really is nonsensical. So don't try to analyze what I'm about to say, but I'm going to ask you this question. And if it helps you to close eyes and just feel what's showing up, and we'll just clear it with the clearing statement. Okay? So, what judgment have I made more real than the infinite possibilities for me and my business or my creative project or my whatever? I'll say it again. What judgment have I made more real than the infinite possibilities for me and my business? Everything that is, let's destroy and uncreate it all now times a godzillion. Good, bad, right, wrong, pot and pock, all nine, shorts, boys, povads, and beyonds. And whatever other clearing things they've added now. Just breathing that in. Doesn't matter if it makes sense or not. We're just going to trust that we're clearing that energy of judgment. Okay? I'm going to pull some more cards here. Golden Lily, I have your name there written down for getting cards pulled too. So, and hello, Roger, you're back. Nice to see you. So let's just see. So in terms of these, in terms of this block, these money blocks, these thoughts that maybe we're having, this guilt, let's just see if there's anything we need to know around maybe kind of just clearing that a bit more, something that you could kind of practically do. Having grace for yourself is one. And I love how this card just fell on top of the Temperance card like this. It's like this mirror reverse energy of an angel, okay? You have to have grace with yourself. Again, I'm not here to say stop judging and if I were to beat myself up every time I judged someone that came across my YouTube feed, because let's be honest, this is what happens. We're human. I'm not, it is easy to be I shouldn't be doing that. But no, we have to have grace and recognize that there's parts of our actual brain that operate, our ego operates in a particular way to keep us separate. So the beautiful thing is with our thoughts and our awareness is we can become conscious of what we're thinking and have compassion, have grace for ourselves. And that mirror energy of seeing ourselves in the mirror. Another great thing that I think it was a YouTuber talked about helping to reduce this judgment energy is to literally just anytime you catch yourself judging someone, often for me, it's when I'm driving in my car, I'll be like, why did that person just do what they did? It'll be oh, just like me. And that just stood out to me so much. It's because I probably just did that like 5 minutes back at that other intersection, you know? And maybe some of you are noticing. I feel like I'm like, woo, but I'm definitely noticing like universal law of cause and effect, which you could say is like, some people identify that as karma, but it's not as like punishable. It's quicker now. This cause and effect energy of you do something and then a result happens. I'm noticing it quicker, especially when it comes to judgments, especially when it comes to comparison, where maybe I do something or someone does something and then I'm doing it or they're doing it. It's like I'm getting to see that mirror, that reflection back instantaneously. You can tell me what's happening for you around that, but for sure, it's like within minutes, I would say I'm finding that happen. So have grace for yourself, okay? Have grace, because that's going to be a huge part with releasing that sense of sorrow, grief, uncertainty about what's going on for you, okay? We have here the truth energy, and I'm seeing this is kind of falling with the Ace of Swords and the 10 of Discs. It's like, what is your truth? Okay, because there are millions of different truths out there. You know, from, growing up in a very Christian home, I can say that like my parents' form of Christianity is so different than many other forms of Christianity. Okay. What they believe, I know other Christians who are like, meh, like they don't really care about if people are saved or not, or if Jesus is coming back, like in the second coming. Like it's just different, So that's within one religion, one belief system. What about all the other belief systems out there? There's a truth that I think is universal. A lot of that's tied to those universal truths that I was talking about, the law of cause and effect, etc. We can talk about that another time. But it's like, what is your truth? Because when you are in your personal truth, when you are in your self-expression, because we got a blue throat chakra card here, when you're expressing yourself as you, when you are tapped into your energy as you, this sense of empowerment with your thoughts and the things that you are creating, like mentally, and then the final format of what's actually manifested in the physical world in the 10 of Discs, that just becomes so much more. Okay, it becomes so much more like you just become aligned. That's what it means to live your true will. Okay, I'm not just talking about money. This is about the fruits of your labor, the fruits of the life that you're living. Okay, so you're walking your truth, you're speaking your truth, you're living your truth, and it's yours. Okay. Hi, M. Witchcraft reading. Oh, I'm not sure if you're asking for a reading, because I can pull cards for if you want. Okay, so let us see here. Money blocks. Is there anything else, guides? Spirit. Strength. So we've just come from the strength year of 2024. If we add 2 + 2 + 4, it equals 8. 8 is the key 8 in the tarot, and that's the strength card. It's the woman who's like looking into the lion's mouth. So last year, there was a lot of a need for strength, and I think we're going to have to continue that energy this year. I've been talking with people who are like telling me, their worries and a lot of the hyper focus on the things that are going on in society. We're hearing stories, we're hearing and being imprinted with thoughts and beliefs of things that are happening, I guess, or we're being told are happening around finances. We're in inflation, or everything keeps going up. Like, I think really we're being asked to be aware of how we're speaking things, and if we're strengthening ourselves or if we're diminishing our power, okay? And you might have to really set some firm boundaries with people in your life. Who are you talking to? It might be easy every time you're with family to talk about certain things and to get wrapped up in the energy of that like fear, okay? But hold the strength. And it shows a woman here holding like, I think it's 2 or 3. It looks like 3 baby tigers or cubs, maybe they're lion cubs. And she's holding them, petting them. There's also a butterfly, which to me associates a lot of like healing energy. And it looks like she's kind of got like some type of like horns on her head. I don't really know. It's kind of hard to see, but she's got like a nature energy to her. So one way in which I would say you can build strength and recognize the abundance that's within you is to spend time in nature. Okay, embrace nature. See it from this kind of like childlike way because of these little baby cubs. Like, you know, it's be very playful. And yeah, so instead of having these conversations with family members about how, like, you know, I won't say any political names on here, but like, oh, like so and so's doing this and it's wrecking the economy. It's like, maybe you'd be like, yo, let's go outside for a walk. Don't focus on the things you don't want. Focus on the things you do want. And wow, we have the sun card. This is the gold card in my mind. You are this symbol, okay? This circumpunct. You are the sun, okay? Why do you think, anyways, I won't even get into that part. But what does it say? The golden energy of the sun brings fame and fortune. Okay, well then there you go. Okay, so doing this work, having grace for yourself, allowing your self-expression and your truth to come through. Okay, not getting caught up in the negative around money or the lack thereof. Instead, focus on the sun energy. And this is a great practice just to envision yourself as you're spending time in nature or as you're just at home meditating. Anytime you catch yourself, stand and look at the sun. Embrace and imagine the sun inside you and like let that light beam, because the sun is its own source of energy, right? It just continually gives. I mean, maybe one day it's eventually going to die, as we all will. And yet it's continually just like pulsating, giving beyond what we could ever imagine, not judging who is receiving its light, right? And for me, that's a huge thing. Who's coming on this channel, right? Who's watching? I no longer want to judge people or assume I know what they need or what they don't need. It's like, if you're here for a reason. It doesn't matter to me. If all I say is one word and you take that and you go with it somewhere, great, right? If you get nothing and you absolutely hate card readings after, it's like, okay, great, right? Like everything is happening for a reason on your life path, and you are this golden energy of sun. It brings fame and fortune. Whew, okay. I think that's all I have to say for the collective reading. Let's just take a deep breath in. And imagine that sun in your heart. Imagine a bright sun, however big you want, filling your chest, filling your body, maybe whatever. It could be a little tiny sun inside your heart space. And just noticing that and letting the words that I've spoken just land wherever they want to land. And you could tell that sun inside your chest, like, hey, I recognize you now. I see you. I just need to say, too, that the boundary card was upside down. So that's funny. It was upside down in the deck. Boundaries. But the sun, ain't anybody just flying to the sun, because the sun just so powerfully emitting, which you are right now, that enough is a boundary. You know, no need to be worrying about protecting your energy. Like when you are just yourself, I personally think that's protection enough. So whatever that is for you. Okay, let's get into the personal readings. And again, and those of you, I see people coming and going. If you'd like a personal reading, you can let me know. Be clear about what you want, so I can write your name down on the list. Okay. This arrived on my timeline just about 3 minutes ago. Hi, Delilah. Ooh, interesting. What I hear is feeling so familiar. Cool. Well, if you'd like cards pulled, let me know. And, you know, if whatever you enjoy, you know, like, be sure to subscribe, you guys, so you're updated. Like, I make these videos. I'm aiming for once a week again with these lives. And there's lots more to come out. Like, I guess let me just interject here. Like, as I've been kind of just sharing things about the esoterica, the occult, magic, you know, pulling cards, sharing energy healing and whatever other magical ritual shit, I'm starting to realize more and more, like, I do actually believe that many people are feeling that pull to live the life they want to live. I think we always do, but there's many of you that are feeling that more and more, like especially right now. And as someone personally who I used to be a psych nurse, I worked for over a decade as a psych nurse. And then I started going into my private practice and incorporating a lot of other energetic stuff like Reiki, shamanic healing, ancestral healing, etc. And I just finally had to leave. I had to leave the nursing world. It just didn't align anymore. There was something with my values and my morals that it just did not sit well for how I envisioned wellness and health and people's like overall spiritual well-being, and way of living life. Okay. And so I left that, and it wasn't easy. And that's what I feel like I have a lot of value to share with you, whoever wants to listen, on how do you start to step into that? And what happens when you fail or when you have to go through those learning moments, because that's all failure is, and start to shift because we're constantly evolving. And if you are just staying in the same humdrum life, like you're not doing yourself a favor, in my opinion. Okay. Because you have a calling. Doesn't mean you have to start a business. It doesn't mean you have to go and do this completely different thing. But there are things that you feel called to do, whether it's a creative project or an act, like start making music or work on these art projects you used to do, or maybe it's signing up for some type of class. Like you feel it, but many people don't want to take those steps. We don't like change as humans. It's scary, right? We have our beliefs holding us back. So what I really hope with this channel is to start to share more and encourage you more practically how you can start to make these shifts. My overall goal is time, money, freedom. I have visions of myself doing certain things, living in a certain way. And I've been living like this for the past like few years. And I still, every day, you guys, I'm like, how is this happening? Like last year, especially, I'm like, anybody out, like, I don't know what's happening. My partner and I constantly like, technically, like people would be like, why are you not living on the street? And yet here we are, and it just keeps getting better and better. And I'm not here like, whatever people think magic is or witchcraft. I saw they're summoning demons or like doing these negative things that are held negative, at least in people's minds. That's a whole other conversation. I think it's about living our truth, finding ways to be empowered, working with the energies of the world, of the universe, of this earth, of ourselves, so we can create the life that we want. And that's possible for you. It's like, are you willing to do it? Are you willing to be open to do it? Okay. And so going on the side rant there, subscribe, stick along for the journey. Let's see what happens. Okay. Anyways. Okay. Let me read what I got here. I'm telling you, it's like what you, okay. Oh my gosh. I'm missing comments. Okay. Delilah, we're going to put you on the list. I think you said you wanted cards. Okay. Sam Tunnicliffe. I'd like a reading. Okay. Ooh, you've never had one. Ooh, exciting. Okay. Well, yeah, we'll pull cards for you and see what shows up. It's like what you said was specific, especially appropriate. Yeah, because we're collectively connected. It's amazing. Hi, Synsis. Sweet. If you'd like cards pulled, let me know. I just wrote your name down because I assume you do, but okay. Okay. Jay. We're going to get to it, you guys. We're going to get to it. Jay, let's see. I feel like, okay, well, this card wanted to come out. So we have the Three of Swords. It's in reverse. Just so you guys know, I don't really like read things reverse necessarily, but sometimes, it might be applicable. And this isn't about me, like for those of you maybe who haven't had a reading or aren't ever asking for readings, but you just tune into the energy here. I say, this isn't about me telling you anything specific, like about you that you don't know, like you already know these things. Or maybe it's been like kind of lingering in your mind. So if there's a belief or thought, Jay, that's been there, maybe around love, around some emotional aspect, but also tied to like, it's like the thoughts kind of continuing in your head. Like, what that is, I guess is what I want to say. Okay. And I'm not here to tell the future because every possibility exists. Okay, every possibility you want. Take and leave what you want from this and what I say. Read how you read the cards because you have an intuitive knowing that for yourself, that's way more superior than I am. Okay, but for you, Jay, right now, there's something here with this 3. It might be something tied to mother because when I think 3, I think the mother sphere of the tree of life, Binah. There's this wounding here. Let's pull one of these. So, was your mother hurt by your father at all? You don't have to tell me this, but if it was, it's kind of like something carrying on with that. And that, I think, specifically, Jay, is impacting your abundance. It's really, because you have this abundance card now with the sacral chakra, that orange that we kind of tapped into at the beginning practice. One more card for Jay on this. Maybe what it is that Jay can do or focus on in order to heal whatever this emotional wound thing that was witnessed maybe between mother and father. Maybe it was even like a lack of something that you witnessed, It doesn't always have to be like, I'm not necessarily saying like abuse, but like, was it neglect? Was it a lack of presence? So you're being called to heal it. It's helpful, transform it. But it's like, what are ways in which you can transform this? So we can like see, Jay, you could see the situation of your past with maybe parents as like, like, oh, this is so horrible. It's so horrible. Oh, and like the victim, like, why did this have to happen to me? How come everyone else has relationships or has their parental relationships that seem so positive and loving, and I was left with like this? Okay, and that might be a very extreme example, but like, it's easy for us to get that. I know I definitely tend to have that. And then we get stuck. But I feel like what you're being called here to do, Jay, is to look at the transformative power of what it means to have come from something dark or hard or negative, that shadow energy, just like the butterfly, it's in the caterpillar goes into the cocoon and it goes through this like very, grueling process to come out as this beautiful transformed being. And all of that, I think, is going to support you with really bringing in this abundance. This must be the block, I guess, for you, around accepting the finances, accepting the money, accepting whatever it is that wants to bless you. And maybe it's like even say receiving from the masculine. There are times when I was operating like my like kind of practice where it was really hard for me at times to work with men until I started doing more of my own healing, like around the masculine stuff. So just the main thing for you, I feel, Jay, is to recognize, okay, when am I having these thoughts that might be kind of like the victim thoughts? And how can I shift them into, again, glass half full? Wow, that was such a learning. And, you might have to go into meditations or do things like this to really recognize what those are, but that's okay. It's going to take time. But I'm kind of getting the sense too, I think Venus goes retrograde. Mercury goes retrograde next month. Neptune goes into Aries, which it hasn't done since like a long time ago. I feel like there's going to be something then for you. You're going to kind of have this energy of something new from the unconscious that could be really helpful around this for you. And talking with your family might be really beneficial for you. Talking specifically, if you can, to parents, even if they're not around or it doesn't feel safe, have energetic conversations. Like, why did you do that? What's going on with this? Like, that I think is going to help you transform this energy and really blossom into this beautiful butterfly that you are. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say, Jay. That's cool. And whether or not it makes sense for you, I don't know. Okay, oh, thanks, Roger. I just saw this whole thing. Thank you for being an example of what consistency brings. Oh, thanks, because I oftentimes don't feel like I'm being very consistent. See, the mind is a funny thing. So thank you for that. Yeah, I obviously accept all your lovely blessings and, however you want to give back. If you find this helpful, there is the way to join the community, hitting the join button, sharing, I think, how do they call it? A super tip? I don't even know what they call it on here. Maybe I need to learn that. But yeah, subscribing, liking, following, I accept it all. And I thank you for that, Roger. Okay. I would love some if you have time, since it says, okay, for sure. Jamie. Oh my God. Hello. Go pull cards for you too. That's crazy. I was thinking about you. Okay. Yeah. Oh, wow. Weird. Weird, Jamie. Okay. Jay, I think that's it. We're going to move on because I want to get everyone in. I'm going to keep it hopefully to 3 cards, people. You know me. You know I like to do the things. Okay. Golden Lily. Let's see. Money blocks. Money blocks. I guess that's kind of what we're doing. So let's see if it's as specific as that. Ooh. Okay, Golden Lily. What card wants to show for you around money blocks? Something you need to know around money blocks, Golden Lily. So, see, and I say, let's do 3 cards, and then the cards start coming out in pairs, and God. This is why it's hard to be consistent sometimes, because it's I'm learning so much. You can't have the expectations. And maybe this is the thing for you, Golden Lily. At what point do our dreams and our desires, the things we hope for ourselves, that we hold them or we visualize them, but we also have to let it go. We can't be the ones to cling to it to make it happen. It just doesn't work like that, because you have here the 6 of Discs. Beneath it, you had the Page of Wands, okay? So there's this energy of earth and this energy of fire, okay? But I just want to point out the energy of the 6 of Discs. If you notice what it is, we have these 2 gentlemen or people begging, asking for money. And there's this wealthy person standing there, and he's pouring the coins into the one hand, the hands of the one, okay? I hope you can see that. And in the other one, he holds above him the scales of balance, the scales of judgment, so to speak. And he's holding it over this guy, and this guy's just got he's got money in his pocket. What's he doing? So it's sometimes we can hold these expectations of the universe and how things need to be, and I don't know, whatever. And maybe it's even a judgment towards others. But it's we don't know. When I see the scale, I'm definitely thinking life cycles and karmic cycles. We don't know who and why people have money or don't have money, or things work out for them on their dreams or don't work out for them, because we don't really have this telescope to see all the answers as to what has happened for each individual. And so for yourself in your life, it's you can't hold on to too much this expectation of what's going to happen, because even though you do 1,000 different Akashic Records readings or Book of Life readings, there's going to be things that we just can't fully comprehend the order or workings of the universe. And so not to beat yourself up of when those things don't happen the way you would like, okay? And it's interesting, I'm feeling this energy of electricity or lightning going up my back and my spine right now. So maybe if you're noticing sensations in your body, I just want to invite you, Golden Lily, to take a breath and just feel whatever that is, okay? And just trust that everything is happening for a reason, and that, magnum kind of that flows through your spine, that flows through your body and gives you life and connects you to something more. Love this image of him holding this wand and just kind of really embracing it and admiring it. There's something that you can admire, and maybe it's this energy that's moving through you. That's something I'm learning when I have these expectations of of what I want to see happen or what I thought I'd see happen. Like I said, around, say, like my business. Hey, is it going to work? Yeah, great. No, it's not. Well, okay. I had to let go of these expectations and what I was like pinpoint focusing on. And instead, what I'm learning to do is just notice energy. And some of us just feel and sense more in that way. Okay. And that could be something that helps you to like manifest. You have the cave card, which is a root chakra card. So you might be feeling this need to like, around, I guess, let me rephrase this, around some of the stuff, it might be beneficial for you in the next bit to just really find a sense of solitude and like inner reflective moments so that you can express the things to yourself, voice the things that are going on, maybe even voice your desires more clearly. What is it actually you want? Maybe it was like, we get so inundated with what society tells us we need or want. We don't actually know what we personally as individuals want. So spending time in your own space, I love how these are kind of like similar. There's like a voidy black energy in this outline. And you spending time in your space can help you voice what these things are, believe more of what it is you want, and receive that like divine guidance from spirit. That's why a shaman or, during a vision quest, we go into solitude, right? It used to be they'd put them in a cave, like close them. Some cultures still do that. It might just be the way I've done it is just go into the woods by myself for multiple days, no food, no, no water, fun. And spirit speaks. Your inner voice starts speaking. You start to understand more about who you are and understand even maybe those karmic cycles or those patterns, and then you can break them. Okay. So Golden Lily, yeah, there's something here maybe you want to explore. Maybe you're being offered a vision quest or something coming up. Maybe that's something you want to consider, especially if you're on the fence about it. Just saying. Okay. But thank you for being here. Okay, we're going to move on to Delilah. If she's still here, I assume. Let's see, Delilah, what money blocks want to be cleared? So again, if you're just tuning in, because I see people coming and going, if you would like cards pulled, you can let me know in the comments. I think we can get through mostly everyone here. I'm like kind of hearing the word gratitude or something, Delilah, which, we all know manifestation, the power of I don't know what's going on there. That's weird. Okay. We got like 2 sets of 3 cards. 3 of them down here that are upright and 3 of them up here that are face down. So let's just see what happens. Okay, I'm gonna go like this. So, okay, you just got 6 cards, and I'm gonna just see what this is trying to say. So it's interesting because the top row I'll maybe just hold it up. The top row is like kind of all in reverse, in that the sense that we have the Ace of Cups, the Page of Wands came out again, and then we have the Hangman, which is technically upright, but he is in reverse, right? It's kind of funny. And so I was like, oh, they're all reversed. So there's something here about surrendering. There might be something around your emotions, getting a hand on your emotions and how your emotions are either working for you or not. Like, I feel like maybe, Delilah, it's been almost a sense of like, like sometimes we can be like so emotionally like, and then things kind of just don't happen. Or it like impacts how you take actionable steps, which to me would be the Wands energy here. Cups being the emotionality, the water. And we have water confirmed here with the Hangman, okay? Because we're going to be talking about the Hangman at the next Explore the Tarot, which should be coming out this week. If not next week. So we'll really be diving into what that card represents. You might want to check that out, but there's something about the Hangman and about surrendering and sacrificing the sort of doing energy to be in the flow, because I feel like then what happens, all the other cards at the bottom that were upright is like you have this Page of Pentacles. So to me, it's almost like you're going to start to step more into the apprentice energy of, yeah, I want to say apprentice energy, which is interesting. Like maybe you're kind of contemplating working with someone, whether it's like a money mindset thing or something like that. I feel like this would be good for you to navigate some of this stuff. So if you're feeling uncertain, maybe that's why you're feeling uncertain about, like, because sometimes you feel like, oh, everything's collapsing, I don't know what to do. It's like surrender, trust. If it costs some money, don't like put yourself into a situation where you're like struggling so hard. But one thing I can tell you, I feel it's worked for me, is when I just say yes to something and tell the universe, okay, make it happen. I want to take this course. I want to do this thing, or I want to learn this thing. Like I've had that happen just this week, okay? Where I'm just like, whoa, like I'm either I get the money or something even better opens up. That, again, money's the middleman or middle thing. You don't even need the money to do a lot of the things that you want to do or see or have the things you want to have. It's just we get caught up on the money. So instead, focus on, okay, what is the thing you want? And if it's something like working with someone, have conversations with them. Hey, I want to work with you. What could that look like? Because what I'm saying that because you have these two cards. You have the Four of Discs and the Five of Cups, speaking. And I feel like it has something to do with maybe a bit of like guilt around the past spending and having kind of like bare minimum left with you, and then like this covetedness of money or holding on to money and being kind of like anxious maybe of like it being gone. I think this is going to kind of be able to be shifted. That's what I'm seeing with these cards. And like I love how every other card is kind of like, it's got a bit of the gold in it. The halo around the hangman's head, the coins, the cups in the other cards. But here, like the whole card is in yellow. So there's something bright that's going to like show up for you. Okay. I want to just pull one of these and like, as like a chakra card. Yeah. Okay. What does Delilah want to need for the chakra cards? Oh, grace. So you have the grace card. I think last time I talked about how it's cool. These cards all repeat within themselves in most of the readings. But this grace, have grace for yourself about the past, have grace for yourself about how you feel emotionally or how you respond emotionally. I know I said like, I don't think you have to protect your energy, but like sometimes depending on your physical environment, your relationships, where you work, there are things you might have to do to cleanse your energy and like release the things that aren't yours so that you're not carrying it. Some people are just really sensitive to energy, and, we go around thinking it's our own stuff when it's not. And so having a bath, prayer, imagining light around you, again, that sun energy can help shift that. But having grace, this compassion for yourself on the past, on where you are right now, and having hope that where you want to be is manifesting, okay? I'm seeing all your words here. Oh my God. I have been afraid to begin my journey. This is so confirming. Yeah, like that fear, that's okay. But you are supported, like the angel right up there. And like whatever this is, like everything's going to come. So yeah, maybe we'll see you back around here. I know it is scary. That's why I'm like feeling this call to like talk more about how the process might look, because my journey and experience may be very much be different, but I'm here to share the things and what it means to be in this surrender. Because like I definitely am not an expert at this, though I can say that over the past, like especially year or two, it's been more of this. What does it look like to start a journey? Because trust me, if you don't take the steps, like spirit's going to make you take the steps. I had like a spiritual emergence, and that's what like basically led me to do the things. And it was not at all easy. Okay. I was working as a psych nurse. I was like doing the things, And then all of a sudden I was like not in the best place, thinking, oh, I think I need to be in a psych hospital. Like based on everything that I see people for and take them into hospital, what's the difference here? But it was like out of the blue, Spirit's like, okay, it's time. You've been ignoring the signs. I don't think it's like that for everyone. That was just my journey. But, you know, like if you don't take the steps, Spirit's going to be like, I'm making you take the steps. People are losing their jobs. People are getting, you know, kicked out of relationships. Kicked out, if that's a weird way to put it. But like, you know, relationships ending when they thought everything was okay. It's like Spirit's like, nope, now's the time. So just trust you have that sense of knowing inside of you. I'm an intuitive empath. Sweet. Yeah, you have it inside of you. Lioness emergence. Oh, cool. That's cool. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, I don't know why I had to share that spiritual emergence thing. That seems so off. But anyways, I appreciate you being here, Delilah. Okay, Sam Tunnicliffe. Sam. Let's pull some cards for you around money blocks. Woohoo! I thought that was going to come out. Okay. So we have Queen of Swords. As soon as I saw the Queen come down, Sam, I thought like mother energy. So maybe like, I don't know, was your mother kind of like a dictator around the money? I feel like there might be a bit of like something like that going on. It's interesting. It's a sword, mine's a sword card though. Okay, we got the Mother Earth card. What's another one for Sam? Like something that could be like a practical step maybe or something. I feel like it's kind of like you having to change your thoughts around the mother. Maybe the things, Sam, that mother told you about money, about how you witnessed that being a feminine with money. I don't know if you are like a woman or what, but there's something around that that's calling to be shifted. And then, so it's interesting how we have like this feminine energy and she's kind of like, I don't know, like to me, she looks a bit like harsh, like, you know, come here, you know, like I've ever had a parent say like, come, and you're like, oh crap, am I in trouble? And she's also kind of got like a face of like such seriousness. She looks like upset, right? She's also like sitting on this chair that it's interesting. The chair has like it's an angel, but I'm seeing a child. It's like she's kind of sitting on top of it, kind of this ruling like hierarchical energy. And then we have this Mother Earth energy, this very kind, nurturing, like loving energy. You know, I don't know if you're expecting a baby or somehow there's something like this even. It's like this shifting, you know, like they say, the thoughts of our mothers at the time we were in their wombs, which we were all in a mother's womb, shared experience. It's like those thoughts impacted us, right? And so what we think during a pregnancy can impact that baby. I think even if it's the father, it can impact that. But it's like we all are being shown how we can shift from this like aggressive, ruling, maybe intense energy to something loving and nurturing and accepting of ourselves, of those things that we are caring for that are dependent on us or soon to be dependent. And then you have the shaman card. And the thing I'm tying with this is that in the Queen of Swords, there's a lot of like butterfly energy. She's got a crown of butterflies. She's got butterflies at the bottom of the throne. And I just feel like it's, again, there's something here about that healing journey that maybe you've gone through. And maybe something I can say to help with any negative viewpoints around mother is just, again, kind of tied to that thing I was mentioning, I think, for Jay around like I'm sorry, I've already forgotten who got what, but that energy of like the transformation of the butterfly. The shaman is the one that I just talked about, spiritual emergence. They go through difficult things to come to those gifts. Like maybe you're going through like a shamanic, what do they call it? shamanic healing process or something like that, you know, or you could be really sick, like physically or mentally. It's like tapping in maybe towards the mother stuff could really help with healing, because like this is you, like this connection. And I love how it's like these two cards, because the shaman is connected and working with the earth, right? And healing the ancestral line. That's what we do in shamanism. It's like working to heal ourselves and the generations before and after us. Okay. So that healing can help ripple into your mother's healing, whatever is going on there. Okay. And this, I think, will ultimately help you with the money blocks, because you start to see the abundance of the world around you, of this earth that you walk on. I can say, you know, just practicing within the natural kind of animistic shamanic path, is that when we do that, when I've done that, it's like just becomes so much more abundant and open, um, and magical. Magical is what I want to say. When you start seeing medicine signs and the things that happen with nature, it's like, to me, that is like just so profound, even more so compared to like manifesting some like physical thing in my life, like a goal. You know, it's like, yeah, a goal, I did it. But like when the world around you, when the natural world and the animal kingdom and things around you start to like speak with you and share things with you, that's like a whole other level, in my opinion. So I think that's all I have to say, Sam Tunnicliffe. Whether or not that resonates for you, thanks for being here. Okay, let's move on. We have got two other people listed here. Sunsis, we're going to read for you, and then Jamie after. So Sunsis, let's see what the cards say around your money blocks. And people, let me know how you like this like form of reading, I guess. Like, you know, I was like, oh, I could just say card readings, but I'm like kind of wanting to like make it more specific. You know, obviously I'm not opposed to someone had another question they want more clarity on, but I think having a theme kind of just guides us with a bit of an intention. And yeah, why not? I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, so we have the Knight of Wands. We got all these cards showing up. So we kind of have this rulership energy here. Oh, la, la, la. So what's this Knight of Wands got to do with Sunsis money blocks and clearing them? It's kind of funny because it looks like this knight's like amputated. And he's kind of like only on one side of the horse. I don't know, and like his other leg's not there or something. And yet the wand is on the other side, almost like the wand, you know, like in when you have crutches and you only have the use of one leg, and it kind of like limits you, so to speak, but yet you have crutches to be able to like navigate the terrain. There's something about that Sunsis here I'm seeing. Okay. Sam says, thank you. Yes, you're welcome, Sam. I'm glad it was enlightening. And Sunsis says, all readings are resonating. Yeah, because this is how it is, man. Freaking like collectively connected. Thanks, Delilah. Yeah, I speak the things. So it makes sense being limited in the finance work field. Oh, I see the lake. Okay. Thank you. I got distracted. What am I doing? Thanks, Delilah. Yeah. Hi, Danny. This is we've done the collective reading, but if you'd like your own cards read, you can let me know in the comments. Okay. So I feel like for you, since it's like there's this, when this card came out, I was thinking or talking about the knight being like handicapped, if that's the proper word, disabled. I don't know what the proper political word is. It's like, and then the birth card came out, and it felt like, you know, maybe sometimes we can be born with a disability, or we can have some like disadvantage, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, psychological, spiritual, whatever. environmental. There's like, the list goes on. I felt like this is kind of something maybe for you, since this is like you're kind of like thinking about this stuff. Like, why did that happen to me? Or how come since I was born this thing? Um, whatever it might be, classism stuff. I think it's really tapped into your worth though, because we have the sacral chakra card here. Since you were born, maybe it's been something, even your mother, because I see the spiral in here in this like womby space, like that Mother Earth. Maybe she was thinking it, right? And it kind of continued on. So like, I feel like you're kind of being told to like, separate yourself from that because you have the cave card here. It's the root chakra card, red. It's like going to the roots of things in your family line, into those stories, and not letting those beliefs or those thoughts, those situations to limit you. There's like, how many people are there? Like, I don't know really people's names, but like, sometimes you'll get these like, empowerment speakers who were like professional athletes or people like that, have defied all odds and like major like disabilities, like they don't have arms, they don't have legs, like whatever it might be. And yet here they are inspiring like millions of people with their story of just embracing their differences and letting themselves still be in their power. I feel like this is kind of what the energy is. And we have the Knight of Wands. This shows like, okay, well, he got a staff then to be able to do the things anyway. And he's riding this beautiful stallion that's leaping to take him places. And he's protected with the armor, okay? Like he's going to the depths. He's going to like sacred places, like whatever that might be. Maybe if you want to travel somewhere, don't let these things hold you back. Okay, like go and let your power be what it wants to be and separate yourself from the things, the stories, the family beliefs and programming, the people even that are telling you otherwise. Okay, since this, I feel like that's like super, super important for you right now. I'm just going to read up to see if there's something that maybe applies here. Danny, okay, I read that. Mustafa, hi Mustafa. Can I recommend a light and pleasant Turkish song to play? I would love to play music. The only thing is last time I played music, unconsciously, it was just playing, I got dinged for copywriting. But I'll check that song out. Thank you. Okay, Danny, I got your name down. Is there anything else I need to say about this for senses? It's funny, I just laid the cards down, but I like switched the birth and the cave energy, I love how both of these, if you go into a cave, like, and maybe it's even a sweat lodge, a sweat lodge is, at least the way I was taught, it is like the womb of the earth, okay? And so much can be healed and transformed in that space. We can become more empowered when we enter into that darkness and come out born again. So there might be something there for you to flip the switch of your thoughts and of your beliefs about yourself, Census. And I just feel like that's all I have to say about it. Like, you take what you want. Take what you want. If you can connect with a group of people that you trust, maybe that do sweats or any form of like, going into enclosed space that's heated. You could do it on your own and go to a sauna. It just might be harder because there's usually people at like a public gym or things like that. But spending time in like your own space so you can start to see who you actually are, and the thoughts and beliefs will start to come. Ask, what are those thoughts that keep me trapped in, how much abundance I can have, or what I think I can do around success or not, or whatever. Ask these types of questions. When we ask question, then we start to get the energy of the answers, so to speak, but not logically thinking the answers. It's just opening ourselves to the universe to show us what it is that's going on. That could be very helpful for you. So since it's just taking a deep breath, letting it go, and whatever will be, will be. So, yeah. Okay. See, sometimes these are short, sometimes they're long. I have no control. Okay, I'm going back up. I just want to see what's going on here. Hi, Chanel. I like this. I feel we may be living the night with the crutches of doubt rooted in our own upbringing. I've been doing that, shedding the layers that I absorbed for some reason. Yeah. Thanks, Chanel. Yeah, if you like cards pulled, let me know. Hi, Roger. Support whatever resonates with you. It's working. I have to agree. Nurturing. Oh, thanks. Well, what you see in me is in you. Remember that, people. So thank you. Yeah, since it's all the best. Whatever you do with that. It's definitely a lower, if you do Kundalini yoga, and if you don't, maybe it's worth trying. But you know, in Kundalini, they like talk about these like the lower triangle and the higher triangle. And there's certain kriyas or like movements and things that are chanted that help move and transmute energy from the lower triangle, which are the lower chakras, so that then the energy can move up. That might be something worth kind of checking out for you, since it's so, yeah. But I thank you for being here. Okay. Weird Jamie. I don't know why you want me to read cards for you. Frick, man. You know everything. Okay, let's see what the cards. What do the cards will say? And life changing. I mean, I think the last time we talked, I was telling you all sorts of things, and now my life is completely changed. So wherever your life is, interesting. Whatever is changing for you. We have the Five of Cups. It's in reverse. It was at the top. And instantly I saw it and I thought grief. Like just grief. Spilling over or crying over spilled milk, you know? Is it worth it? I don't know. Depends maybe what type of milk it is. You know? Like maybe it's like the most luxurious. What is that? What is it? Is it like in the Thor movie or those like Thor movies? There's like the goats, the screaming goats. I don't know why I had that image in my head. If it was like milk from the screaming goats of the Norse gods, then I'd be like, oh my God, I needed that. But like, if it's like I feel like it's something relationship wise. You have the King of Cups and you have the King of Pentacles. And I don't know, man, I'm getting the sense it's like there was like, maybe if there was a guy or someone who's like offering you like the world is what it feels like in emotions. They're offering you like they're wearing their heart on the sleeve, or there's something like this. It's like, I don't know how true this is, right? I feel like there's like a warning here to be really mindful of the disruption it could have in the financial world. You may be wanting to tune into how are their finances. If their finances are like good and like organized and appropriate for whatever their situation, then okay, like this will be okay. This ability to like share their emotions and like their heart and all that stuff. But I feel like this energy, whatever this is, like of chaos and finances, might be something to be aware of that could hurt you or have an impact on you, is kind of maybe more what I want to say around that. I'm just going to pull a card with the chakras to see how this Five of Cups kind of ties to these two cards. Oh, it's Knight of Cups and King of Pentacles. Sorry. Interesting that I read it as. But now that I see that, it's kind of like, well, the Knight of Cups just shows there's a bit of a immaturity around the emotionality. Okay? It might look like he's wise because he's riding the gray horse, but it's like, oh, interesting. We have Grace again. How does this tie? Like, I'm really noticing like I'm seeing this as an arrow pointing to like the heart in this case. You might want to work with like some angelic energy to help with healing your heart stuff, especially I guess with this card. Okay, now I'm seeing how that makes sense. Oh my God. My mouth is like a minute ahead of my brain or something. Um, but yeah, it's like whatever this, maybe it's past relationships and all the cups that were brought to you by these men or these people, and then like kind of just worthless, right? And that, again, I don't think any of that's worthless. We learn it from relationships. But it doesn't mean our heart doesn't get hurt or injured. And so, working with the angelic energy, is there an angel that wants to work with Jamie? Who are you? Are you in a particular direction? Okay, that makes sense, I guess. Gabriel. So Archangel Gabriel in the West works with the cups. That makes sense, I suppose. Works with the chalice. Ooh, the Holy Grail. All this fun stuff that like could really help you to see your worth. Um, Help you to have like a bit of, well, like the healing on those things that happened in the past, and to kind of replenish the grail of your body, of your womb. Replenish, yeah. I want to say the words like replenish, um shine, or like polish the holy grail of your womb, because that's how I envision the grail. Like, that's what it is. It's like this sacred container and object, I guess, or energy that holds the divine. Mm. I feel like a channel thing wants to just like come through. Okay, let's just tap into this for you, Jamie, because whatever the reason is, it's coming. There's an energy coming from like womb and belly. And I'll just invite you, whatever you're noticing in your body, just to notice and breathe into it. And if this is a message from Gabrielle, and so it's the womb space, the sacred sexual space of your body. And whether these words resonate for you or not, just noticing that the vibration of the frequency of each word and each pronunciation is going to support you with healing and moving those energies. Recognizing the energy in the heart as that energy from the womb, from the pulsating channel of the vulva is pulsating, opening, closing, drawing energy up all the way to the heart, all the way up to the throat, and up to the crown, the third eye, the crown, shooting up into the universe. You are this connected being, this earth angel, and we are here as guides for you. We are the angelic beings in the veiled spaces around you that you've connected to since the beginning. And now it's a matter of you recognizing this power in yourself, recognizing that we speak with you at all times and tell you who these men, who these imposters are, these people that may not benefit you, and listening to that internal dialogue that we are also guiding you with. You are worth so, so much. We love you. You are a divine child, and you are a blessed keeper, a sacred gatekeeper, a holder of the grail within you, manifested in this timeline to really shine light and illuminate the knowledge, the ruby aura of your cup, and tapping into your power in whichever way you feel called. You are worthy. Don't let anyone tell you that otherwise. Don't sell yourself for less. Okay. Breathing whatever that is in. Thank you, angels. Ooh, well, that was fun. It just feels like complete, like, peace, stillness. Okay. There you go, Jamie. Whether that resonates or not, See, this is the type of crazy shit I'm talking about, you guys. I don't even know what's happening. How could I like figure out my life if I don't, if I, you know what I mean? You gotta just go with the flow. And yeah, like we're all just so connected to whatever it is that's there. Okay, I'm gonna go up. I think it's like a ton of stuff here. We know I know as much as anyone else. Oh my gosh. Okay. Worthy milk. I'm always looking to move into grace. Yeah, okay. Hi, Brian S. Read me. I'm a Taurus. Well, we got Danny next, and then I can get to you, Brian. Brian S. The Taurus. I'm going to draw that there. Maybe there's a reason you're saying that. Thanks, everyone, for taking part in that. Yeah, we all get the benefit of all this stuff, so super cool. Okay. We'll connect, Jamie. We'll connect. It's been too long. Ooh, the angels are like freaking. So we went. I just want to tell a story, Danny, before we get to read cards. I know people are like, "Can you just get to me, frick, Fola?" But we went to the bookstore, and if Paul and I go to a bookstore, I can just tell you, it's not a good thing. And the one bookstore here has like a lot of rare books, you know, where they have like a collection of books kind of like locked up, and a lot of them are like esoteric texts, occult texts. A lot of them are very pricey, but there was one. It's called Tetragrammaton. Oh, Danny something, I think, or I don't remember the guy's name. But Paul, of course, is like, that book, like, we should check it. And I was just kind of like I saw it. Like, of course I saw it. It looked cool. But for whatever reason, I was like, and then he's like, oh, we should look at it. Like, maybe we should get it. And like, da-da-da. And he kept like pushing it. He pushed it. Oh my gosh. Not like in a negative way. But finally, I was like, fine. Like, I was putting up so much resistance. Maybe this is something that resonates for you, Danny. Maybe that's why I'm going on about it as usual. But it was like there's so much resistance from me that I even said to him, I'm like, sure, if you want us to get it, like you can go downstairs and get the staff to come up and unlock it, which I usually do. I'm usually the one to be like, hey guys, like, because that's like the first place we go pretty much in the store is right up to the top floor at the very back where these lovely, lovely little occult books are. So then he goes, gets the guy. The guy is like, yeah, he's like, you know what? Just let me know when you're done. If you decide not to get it, whatever. And then I'm looking at it and it's like, well, first off, I didn't want to touch it. I was like, for some reason, I just felt like this energy. I'm like, you know, it was like, again, resistance. And then Paul's like, you look at it, because he's like, you get some of this stuff more than me, which I don't really think is that true. So then I look at it, I'm looking, reading it, and then I was like, okay. I'm like, well, I mean, I'm not like feeling this. But then I go to give it to him. My hair gets all wrapped up in the book. Like, I don't even know. It's like the book wouldn't let go of me. Okay. We go to get, I'm like, yeah, I'm like, we don't need it. Like, let's just leave it. And we go to give it back to the staff, and the staff starts telling us like, he just is basically like, yeah, we'll give you like a 15% discount. And he's like, that's the lowest I can go, but we might be able to go lower. Like, he literally was like saying, you have to buy this book and Spirit's going to make this thing happen. Anyways, we got the book. And I guess, Danny, for you, I mean, let's see what the cards say, but you know, it's kind of like one of those things. I feel like what I'm getting at is, Danny Carmona, is the things that are for you, they're gonna find you. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. So like, but I feel like maybe there's like a resistance. Some of these cards keep coming out. This is weird. It's like there's a resistance to, interesting. Now we have the King of Cups above. And we have the Six of Cups. King of Cups above, Six of Cups, and the King of Pentacles in reverse. Okay? These two are in reverse. What am I feeling? So Danny, it's like maybe there's like a bit of like I'm feeling like a confusion or something. Or like, yeah, like sometimes I just get this with people. I'm really figuring out why, but like it's almost like this confusion energy or uncertain energy. And maybe this is like, for me in that situation I just shared, it's like maybe I didn't know I need that book because like there's certain things that I think I need or I naturally get drawn to like instantly. Again, I was drawn to the book, but I was just kind of like what I actually started to do is started to tell myself like, well, I shouldn't spend the money. Well, you know what? Like I already have like 5 books that I'm kind of like reading, so I probably don't really need to get it. It seemed like one of those books I bought in the past and the intention was to read, but it just didn't happen at least yet. So there's like something here about like not really knowing or like and the societal pressure of like, well, you should know what you want, you should know what you want to manifest, and yet here you are in this place of like you have the King of Cups at the top. A lot of work on, oh, that's weird, I just said I'm going live. I hope I didn't cut out. But like you've done a lot of work potentially on your mindset, on your emotions. Like here you are as this like ruler of this energy. Um, and now when it comes to this energy of what we have here, the Six of Cups, it's also in reverse, by the way. This Six of Cups shows the person with these cups and they're blooming and like they're kind of, I don't know, could you say they're selling them? Maybe, I don't know. I'm gonna just go like this so you can see it a bit more. But like they've got quite the collection of cups and flowers and abundance here. And I would say that it's like he's wanting to give it away to this person, but they're wearing gloves. So how could they receive it even? Okay. It's almost like how that's kind of how like I felt in that moment was, look, the universe wants to give it to you, but like I'm creating resistance. So I don't know for you, perhaps, Danny, like, are you holding back, even though you've become this ruler of your thoughts when it comes to your desires? Are you holding back and not allowing yourself to receive, not allowing the universe to give to you? And this is, I think, what's leading again to this King of Pentacles. It's in reverse, but this King energy that you've mastered with the emotions, the last kind of like step is for it to not really, but sort of, if I were to call them like 4 stages, right? You have the swords for thoughts, the cups for emotion, the wands for your will and like kind of action, and then you have the manifestation and the physical with the disc. This rulership of the King of Pentacles, I think won't happen fully. You manifesting and creating things you want with like certainty until you start to let yourself receive. That's what's coming through. Okay, let's pull one of these and see. Is there something that can also help with shifting this energy? Voice card and music. Oh, are you a singer or performer? Both of them are blue throat chakra cards. So maybe you're feeling called just to sing and express yourself more, to share music in some form. As a musician as well, it's like sometimes, we can play the guitar more, but it's harder for us to sing or vice versa. So I feel like you're being called to maybe tap into an aspect of what you do, or if you just like music and you're feeling called to like express more through that, like do the thing that's a little bit uncomfortable. That's going to help you to channel whatever this receiving energy is that wants to awaken for you, okay? And to really turn into this King of Pentacles, this manifesting like God, the creator of your life. Anything else I need to say with that? Yeah, like I just really feel like that story, everything comes out for a reason, but yeah, just how really asking, and I think this might be a question. I'm just going to pop it up here. A question that you could use. What am I willing to receive here? Ooh, and another question my like coach kind of just told me the other day was, oh, what is it? Oh God. It's something like, what value is there in resisting receiving? What value is there in resisting receiving? Because it's funny how I like was told that in that scenario, I didn't even think about it. But like, why resist? Like, what value is there in you saying no to someone giving you something? Okay. You deserve to receive. So I hope that makes sense, Danny. Thank you. Hi, Yafa, Israel. Hello. Hello, Emmanuel. Emmanuela, gentile. And I am the love you gave. Oh, the chat skipped. Okay, thanks, Jamie. I was wondering, like, what? Okay. Yes, Brian, you're next. It is a beautiful spring, isn't it? Well, I guess spring coming soon. I'm enjoying the nice warm weather that's happening here. Okay, Brian S. The Taurus. Oh, God. My kid's a Taurus, so I'm just joking. Hi, Dante. For sure, we'll get you cards after too. And anyone else showing up? It's kind of getting to that 2-hour point here, so maybe we'll say after the 2-hour point, or at the 2-hour point, stop, or sometime before if there's no one else asking. But Brian and then Dante. Okay, Brian. Let's see what the cards have to say for you. And my eyes are falling on the document that I have open here. And it says, what fun can I have here? That's a question maybe for you. What fun can I have here? Everything we go through, Brian, is like literally, and I think as a Taurus, that would kind of, Tauruses are like, okay, I'm just going to explain. I don't know what type of Taurus you are. But like my understanding of a Taurus is that they are very homebody, like their material stuff, but like also just get comfortable. You can't really make a move, right? Like unless they want to. But like maybe some aspect of that is like feeling a sense of comfort in your life, especially if you've done a lot of things in your life that it's like, now what do I do? Right? It's like the energy of like literally asking that question. What fun can I have? What fun can I have? What fun can I create today? Each morning waking up with that question. You have the 7 of Wands. Maybe you're like fending off invitations for things. I don't know if this resonates for you or not. I just really feel this energy of like wanting to resist like the things. You have the gift card. Can you see these invitations as a gift? Can you also see these? Can you also see that because I'm seeing the guy wearing a green shirt and the gift card is the heart chakra. It's in green. It's like, can you see that you are a gift? Like, I don't know if you have like social anxiety or, like sometimes when we get asked to do things, we can say no because it's like, oh, we have to go through like showing up, leaving our house, being around people. But like you are a gift. You are a gift for these people to have. That's why like maybe those people want to include you in the plans, in what's going on. So why are you segregating yourself from that? Okay. Like I say segregating because it's like he's standing on a cliff. And I could just see the people down here. And maybe this has happened before where, like these people down here could be holding these staffs trying to attack. Maybe in the past it's been like relationships and interactions that weren't really the most healthy or positive. And people harming or trying to harm. And so the segregations happened, but like I'm seeing then those wands turning to invitations, like to more kind desires to be connected to you. And you no longer have to create the sense of like otherness from them. See yourself as a gift. You have the moon card. So maybe perhaps you're really like intuitive. Um, maybe you resonate with the energy of the moon. This could be a way for you to start to shift your awareness on like how you've been approaching things. With this social interaction, how's this tied to money, Spirit? Well, the green of the money, the gifts that you're willing to receive from people. Yeah, I feel like when we're talking about the money blocks here, and this could be, like if you just keep yourself separate from people, you can't really open up to the opportunities that could bring you money, right? So it's important to still interact and be engaged or be open to having fun and interacting with people and things. And the moon, I think, is going to help you. What? I think we're coming up to a full moon or something new. I don't even know right now. I think it's the new moon at the end of this month. And that could be a great time to start preparing or engaging in this new way in which you want to be, or ask the moon to help you shift the subconscious beliefs you have around this way in which you separated and thus kind of blocked opportunities, so to speak, or these gifts from people, the true gift that you are, even. Okay, because can you receive yourself? Okay, this having fun, it's like, can you have fun within and be the fun person that you are, however that is? Because we all have that funness inside, that playfulness. Okay, Brian? What fun can I have here? Can I know that it's safe for me to receive? And I'm going to read the question that I read initially at the beginning of the whole thing. What judgment have I made more real than the infinite possibilities for me and my business, for me and my social interactions? What judgment have I made more real than the infinite possibilities for me and my relationships? That might be something to meditate on. Okay, Brian? I think that's all I have to say. Sometimes Spirit's just like, that's it. That's it. Nothing more. Okay. Hi, Dante. We got your name. I think I said I got your name down already. Your aura is red. Oh, interesting. I don't think anyone's ever told me my aura is red. Usually I get some different colors, so that's cool. Grounded, perhaps. Arawak Viano. Yeah, we'll get you some cards, I think, as well. Arawak Viano. Okay. So, Dante, let's see. What are the money blocks? Or things you need to know? Burgundy red royal style. I like that. Okay, Dante. Dante's Inferno. What are the money things for Dante? We have the Five of Swords. You might be a competitive person, Dante, are you? It was in reverse, but I flipped it around straight up. Let's see. Something around this. Yeah. I feel like this might be something to do with your competitive energy. You have the healing card. It kind of came out as reverse. It's something from your past. Maybe you were like more of a competitive person, or like, you like have like sibling rivalries and stuff. We feel the need to compete with siblings. There could be something here tied to childhood stuff. That's the second card that's kind of tried to flip. That one was green. Let's see, what card? Okay, what's something practical then to shift the money stuff? Money blocks or thoughts. This competitive energy for Dante. Come on, angels. Rebirth. So, something I've kind of written about lately is about this reinventing of oneself, being a new person. Okay. Like, I think really what you're being called here, this is a reverse, but I'm just going to turn it around, is whatever this energy of competition is, or needing to prove something that then is creating a separation between you and others, like it's really just in your mind. Okay. No one is competing with you. People that are going to fall away. But there's something about an illusion here I'm kind of getting a sense of too. Um, it's all good. So I'm just going to ask you, Dante, to just take a deep breath and let it go. And just notice whatever it is in your body. If you sense anything, maybe you're being drawn to a particular place in your body, like your awareness. Maybe it's your heart. We're just going to ask the angels to support you with whatever wants to be healed there. Whatever, no expectations, just noticing whatever you notice. Maybe there's a certain image or thought or something from your past that's showing up. Just breathing into that, following whatever is showing up, whatever sensations, whatever emotions, whatever images or memories, knowing that you're safe. And wherever it's leading, if it's starting to move into your belly, let it move into your belly, or I just feel like the energy is like there's something. I'm just reading here. I don't know. I can't sleep most of the time. Thank you, but I'm not competitive. I just get aggressive with rude people. Okay, well, okay. So if that's more of the energy that you're feeling, Dante, like this practice of noticing in the body the sensations or thoughts or whatever's showing up and following them, I think can really help you with creating this new way of approaching. This is this rebirth energy, birthing like a new you, like kind of like I'm seeing your how like your body cells start to shift as you go through many years. I think they say every 7 years you kind of like grow new skin follicles and like everything like that, or the skin cells. um it's like you're constantly regenerating, so you are also becoming a new person. So don't get not I don't know if this thought of like I get aggressive with rude people, I don't know what exactly is going on, but I definitely am feeling like this competitive energy. So it might be something you might want to continue exploring. What is the underlying root of the aggression? What is it about these people that are rude that triggers you? And this practice of like scanning the body and following the energy, however it shows up for you, can be supportive in healing it. You'll start to get understand. Yeah, maybe you already know this stuff, but I'm just going to say it for whatever reason, whoever needs to hear it. When we follow it and we be with it, like new insights come with it, deeper understanding comes from it, and we can heal it. It doesn't become so overwhelming even at times. Oftentimes with aggression, anger, frustration, resentment, underneath it is like maybe like sorrow or sadness or these kind of other emotions that we've just learned to kind of mask or cover for our own safety. Because, for many of us growing up, it wasn't safe to be sad, or it wasn't safe to be angry, right? For instance, it could have been okay for you to be aggressive because maybe parents were aggressive, instead of showing a vulnerable, sad aspect of self. And competition energy ties to money in the sense that we think there's not enough, right? And it could be maybe not enough love, not enough understanding and not enough seeing us, not enough money, like whatever, that there's limited resources. And so then there's this holding on to the things that need to happen, or the things that we're feeling. We hold on to those and try to cover them up. But I feel like for you right now, Dante, this opportunity to like birth yourself new. And whether or not you were here when we talked about the sun card at the collective reading, you might want to go back to the beginning of this whole video when it's posted and recognize how the sun, and we talked about how the sun is us, okay? And this, because I'm seeing this emanating energy of the sunlight just like that is you. So that could be a way for you to transmute whatever the aggression is, or at least to start seeing what that aggression is truly. Because some people would say like, the sun, it's so mean, and like, ugh, why is it shining so brightly on us? But like, we would never do that because it's the sun, like it's just being itself. So maybe there'll be even understandings about who you are or how you're showing up in this life, okay? And yeah, I just, whatever reason, I'm just going to say it again. If there's anything competition wise, if it starts that you just start noticing things, just having that grace again for yourself. You don't have to like block people out of your life, especially if they're rude or things like that. I mean, obviously don't be around people who are, but it could be, yeah. So whatever's in your heart right now, just breathing into that and continuing to tap into whatever shows up in your body, especially. I think that can help with clearing any of these things holding you from abundance and love and the juiciness of life. Okay. Ooh, okay, let's see. I read that. Yeah. Brian here. What you said is profound. I've meditated on your words. I feel like that there was more for me to hear. Yeah, it's unfortunate I can't go too much into these readings. And if anyone ever wants a like private reading, you can click the link in the description. I do private readings with people online, so like over Zoom. That's something we could do and like explore more of this stuff. And healing, other forms of healing. I have my soul alchemy sessions too that could be beneficial for this exact thing I'm talking about. How do you transmute what you're going through? Like turn the shit into gold, the shit of your life, the things you don't like, the energies that maybe have been holding you, so to speak. How do you start to break free from that so that you can walk a life of your dreams, manifest and see the things created in your life that you really want and that align with your truth? How do you show up as yourself? This is some of the work I do with folks. So if you're interested in any of that, you can check out the link in the description. I'm available for those things. And maybe you want to check out my book. It's up there, that thing here, the Shem Hermepharash. This is the book on the 72 names of God. I would say that that's what really supported my healing and really awakening to like just really stepping into more of who I am. So that is some of the work I do with folks too. We the book itself is great as a practical guide to walk you through and have a deeper understanding of the Shem HaMepharash, or the divine names of God. And then practical ways you can apply that and do your ritual meditation on those different aspects of God, of the divine, so you can start to create change. And that link is also in the description. You can purchase it through Amazon ebook or paperback or hard copy. So you can definitely do that if you would like. Dante says, I can see that. Not to press the idea. I feel like you still have something to tell me. Oh, Brian. I don't know if it comes up. Maybe you're supposed to stick around. We'll do Arawak Viano now. And then we'll close off. You explain that calmly, Dante says. Oh, that's good. Can you type the name again? The Shem HaMepharash, maybe? I don't know if I can type on here. I don't think it'll let me, but maybe I can do that in a response to you after. But it's known as the name of extension, or you could just look up the 72 names of God. The book itself, the link's in the description, and the name of the book on Amazon is 72 Names of God, A Magical Grimoire, by yours truly, Fola Veritas. Anyway, seriously, it's changed my life. That's why apparently I had to write a book about it. When spirit wants you to do things, you just have to listen. Arawak Viano. I said your name and then it's like, boop. Ace of Cups. I'm really seeing the image of the dove here, Arawak. This energy of the dove and the communion going into the cup, diving head first. Sometimes when we dive, you know, like, interesting. So that it's diving and it's creating the, oh my gosh, I feel like my nose was bleeding for a minute. Weird. It's like creating the overpouring of all the water into the ocean here. We got these little yodes, these little things of light. Bye, Dante. Have a good night. I don't know if you can see that, but those little things falling, yeah, you could say they're water, but they're like yodes, the letter yod, the hermit card in the major arcana of the tarot. But it's like, if you know the concept of the eagle is neat because it will fly so high up, does its like spirally thing, and it'll like dive head first to get something from the water. Like it takes risk in order to get the thing it wants. Risk that creates, what I'm seeing with this card is these like points of light that can then go out and impact the world. And you know, the dove isn't going to see those little points of light that are rippling out into the world when its head's in the cup. Do you know what I mean by that? So I feel like this is something for you, Arawak, around maybe the things you want to create or work on, what you feel like you want to dive for, like go for, the things that nourish you. It's interesting that the M is upside down. I mean, you could say it's a W for the West, but I'm seeing it as an M right now. So we have the Journey card. What else card? What's something around Arawak's finances, money blocks that could be a practical step? I think seeing this as the journey that you're on, you know, recognizing the way life happens and what people, like someone just said, we were talking about this. You don't necessarily always know what the impact is that you're making on the world around you. And a friend of mine was talking, she works with a company and like was making phone calls, I think like cold calls to people. And she's like, yeah, like up in Alaska. So like not in Canada. And she's like, yeah, like all these people I called were talking about how they knew this one particular lady who kind of guided them to the product or the service. And she's like, I don't even know who this woman is, but like, she's fucking made a ripple, you know? And like, does she even know that? Was kind of like what we were conversing about. And sometimes you might get some of these glances, Arawak, of like people telling you, like, you told me this thing and it was like really helpful, you know, but like you don't see the workings in the background. You can only see what it is you're going for. You can only see your path, your road, or your journey. Okay. But that's how life is supposed to be. Like, you're not meant to be included in everyone's thing, which is, it's funny, you know, if you do things online, like YouTube videos or whatever, if you run a business, like, I think sometimes we think, oh, we have to know everything about everyone and make sure our client or customers are happy. It's like, you can't. That's impossible. You can't know especially the more impact that you make, if you're reaching so many people, like you just can't know. You have to trust. And like, you know, one person's not on here today, but one of our community members, I'll just share, you know, like I think of their story and then what they've shared about a video that they watched from this channel. I go back to this every time because it's like, it's a beautiful reminder for me of like the things I make, it might not reach everyone, but it could impact one person's life to make a change in their path, their journey. And I just feel so grateful to have the honor to do that with you all. You know, even if it's just today, if it's like over the next several months, because you choose to keep coming back here. Same for you, Arawak. Like, whatever it is you feel called to create, make, if you have a business, you're operating it, like, I feel like you're really just being told to recognize your journey is your journey and everyone's journey is theirs. You just need to keep going for what it is that you want, what nourishes you, what feeds you, what helps you to grow, because that's going to also help the world grow. And I guess just like the moon has its waning and waxing periods, you know, it becomes bright and full and it becomes dark and nothing. This too is like exactly how business can be, how our finances can be, how life is. So not getting caught up in that, because overall, I keep getting pulled to the hand, like spirit's hand supporting you, guiding you, walking you through, providing the nourishment. That's where the cup's coming from, because spirit's holding it out, right? Like, it's this beautiful union, I want to say, or collaboration of this life experience. And the more you do it, the more you're going to see these ripples, these little lights, sparks of light in each of these persons' paths that you have impacted. But don't let that influence how much or how little you do. Okay, just keep showing up. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say about that. At the bottom of the card or deck, we have cave, because those ones will keep coming, I guess. Ooh, I see a bunch of capital letters there. K. Arawak Viano. Thank you. Thank you for being here. That's beautiful. I am very grateful towards you. Yeah, thanks. You're welcome. Enki. The unseen will be seen in divine timing. A certain energy is connected to a certain individual on a higher timeline frequency. A certain prophecy is at hand. Cool. Thank you. I'm sure there's lots of prophecies at hand. I remember when I first worked with the energy of Enki, that was kind of the beginning of my whole like light bringer, Luciferian curiosities. That he had a very powerful energy, Enki. That was interesting. If you're not familiar with Enki, I think Sumerian, right? Sumerian kind of, and beyond, whatever, however you want to perceive it. The wisdom giver. So interesting that would show up at the end here. Thank you. Okay, let's close this off. Didn't expect to do 2 hours. As things happen the way they need to, I want to thank all of you for being here. Thanks, Brian. Thanks for sticking around. Again, if you want to check out any of the offerings, be sure to check out the description, okay? You find my book if you want to read that. And begin the fun journey of connecting with the 72 names of God. Or if you would like a private reading or a soul alchemy session where we can start to turn your shit into gold. You can find those links in the description as well. I'm always here to have a conversation. And I will see you, I think, hopefully next week. We'll do some more card pulls. So until then, though, let's just center ourselves and take a few deep breaths together. So beginning on empty lungs, inhaling and letting it go. Inhale and let it out. And one last inhale, big. Taking a little bit more if you can, and holding at the top for a moment and letting it go. And a big breath into your heart space. So thank you, everyone. Be sure to subscribe, follow, do the things, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Ooh, got the notification that I've been on here for 2 hours. So thanks, Roger. Yeah, I appreciate that. Have a great week. Yeah, bye, everyone.